Welcome back to Tran Wins Tactics Ogre Reborn.
Can we truly take Phidoch Castle?
Can we afford to doubt? The die has already been cast.
Perhaps we might hold out against the Bakram host, but against the Dark Knights?
How can we continue on this course without His Grace's guiding hand? We cannot!
You would suggest some peaceful resolution to this? Now!
He's right. We should attack now. Strike before they have time to shore up their defenses.
Time? We have no time. Certainly not for fighting amongst ourselves. Recall what the Duke struggled for. Recall his dream. Do not tell me you have forgotten. Why have we been fighting all these long months? For the Wallister? Was it to claim this island as our own? From some base greed? No! I say no! If we were driven by avarice, the Galgastani would have little cause to follow us, or indeed to do anything but resist us. For what have we bled, I ask you? Who are our enemies? Hierophant Balbatos of Galgastan, yes. And Branton Morn of the Bakram and the Dark Knights. It is these men who have forced our people to sacrifice so much, who have tortured and trampled the people under well-shod heels. While they remain standing, true peace will find no purchase on these isles. We must remember, friends, that this is why we fight, to bury them. Even should it mean my death, I go willingly in the knowledge that I gave every ounce of flesh, every dram of blood to this end. We have the right in this conflict. Justice is on our side, and so are we compelled to action.
Yes, you're right. For the people, if not for ourselves.
And for His Grace's memory, we must carry on his struggle.
So Leonar, what would you have us do?
Lay siege to Phidoch Castle. Tear her down brick by brick. Phidoch's walls are stout, but a castle is only as strong as its garrison. The Bakram within stir no fear in me. The problem is the Dark Knights. If the Knights were to ride in force, we would crumble before them. Therefore, I propose a two-pronged attack to divide their strength. I will lead one division and Denham the other. Are we agreed? One of us from the south, the other from the west. I will leave that choice to you.
For this particular battle, you'll want a lot of fire-based units. It will help to have ease on, say, a Valkyrie or something. And of course, don't forget your knight. I have done this a few times, mostly because I either forgot ease or a knight. Cleric, and then as many fire units as we have available. Take a knight. Fire. More fire. Lots of fire. I'll go ahead and bring Goff and Kashua for no nonsense. Bring Canopus and Azulstan. It's not too bad. How about Lancelot? There we go.
Not a soul. Huh? Kashua? What are you doing here?
Come to my rescue? Such a brave knight.
What? Why?
Ah, there you are, Kashua.
Lancelot!
It's dangerous here. We're leaving the castle. Come with me.
My lord, I thought you were on the field.
Glad to see you still live, Ozma.
Sir Balsaphon awaits you without.
The hour grows late. Take whoever's left and leave the castle.
Sister! Strength, Leonar. The time for strength past. It's in your hands now. No!
Leave this one to me. The princess must be kept safe.
You will have ample opportunity to avenge your brother later, Ozma.
I will show restraint.
We leave at once.
Kashua will never mourn you as I mourned Oz. Think on that as your blood wets these stones.
Wait! No! Kashua!
Leonar, as a field, be killed by someone who you thought was on your side. We're going to take control of Denim so he does not kill Ozma immediately. We need control of the Valkyrie. Where is she? There she is. So she can cast Ease, and I think that's about it. And of course we have our own Kashua over here. There is different dialogue in this one. We will be making sure to eliminate the soldiers so that Ozma has things to say. This battle is being shown again because during our first playthrough, we fought Oz and Ozma. There are some dialogue differences now that it's just one of them.
Denim of Goliath, you will pay for my brother's death.
Your brother? The commander of the Dark Knights at Bode? You have his look. Twins?
Two parts of one soul, and now half of that soul is gone thanks to you.
Youch.
Not that you would understand the pain of losing family.
What?
Am I not right? You didn't stop your sister from leaving. And at Bode, you learned that your father still lived, yet you do not search for him. You've even left your own chosen friends to die. What do you know of kinship? Of loyalty? You may play the savior to all, but you think only of yourself. Family, friends, these are simply the trappings of custom to you. Your soul touches no one.
It was the Dark Knights who took my father. And Vice!
Don't change the subject, Denim. Your shifting words cannot undo the truth.
You listen to me.
You play the part of the man who has lost much. You pretend to sadness at their loss, yet do not ride to their aid. Were you troubled when your sister left? I think not. You didn't even look for her.
What have you done to my sister?
What have we done to her? You think her the victim of some queer sorcery. An entertaining fancy, perhaps. But Kashua came to us of her own will. She sought the protection of Lodis because you could not help her.
Alright, I believe that's the last of the new dialogue.
We must buy time for the High Champion and Balsaphon to escape the castle.
There's that, and I'm going to take you with me, that I would call own dialogue. Thought about raising a mage just to turn him into a swordmaster so we can use the katana's spells.
No. Oz, you are unavenged. Glory. Glory to Lodis.
Why did she go with them? What could she be thinking?
But I do agree with Ozma. At any point, Denim could have resolved some of his outstanding family issues, but he chose not to.
At Almorica, those words Leonar spoke to us, did he truly mean what he said? Have I done right or wrong?
After that last question by Denim, it began the cutscene where Lancelot interrogates Lancelot. And it doesn't count as a new Chapter 4 event. It's still 238 out of 497, as it was before we began that cutscene. If it had jumped to 239, I would have shown it in case there was a question or line there that was different, but it's the exact same cutscene. There are some people changes, but I believe this one's the same as before. Kasia was seen in the company of Lancelot Tartaros when the Resistance assaulted Phidoch Castle, giving reason to believe she has sided with the Dark Knights Leonar. And for Leonar, after Duke Ronwey's death, he became leader of the Resistance. He died at the hands of Kasia during the Dark Knight's assault on Phidoch Castle. More like the Resistance's assault on Phidoch Castle, but okay. And then, yeah, as far as the World Tarot goes, we were just over here. We had him, Leonar, talk about, we're going to do this for greatness. Then we picked West Wall instead of South Wall. Now Ozma and Balsafon talked to each other. Then we defeated Ozma, and now this is where we're at. We are resuming the standard Chapter 4 stuff. Anything that is the same, we'll be skipping over. Archer, buff guard. This fight is being shown because during our first playthrough, we did not actually butcher the clergy.
Sir, the enemy approaches!
But that's Denim. What's he doing here?
He's come to kill us. What else?
Impossible. He would never do such a thing.
You mean to suggest he has come to parley? Why does he not approach from the front gates?
You're right. He's not come to talk.
I did not take you for a thief, come to stab us in the back. We will defend the Order with our lives.
Okay, quick recap. So we have been through this before with them. We went to the front gate and had our Denim go alone and unarmed, and we were allowed passage through, got a title and everything. In order to 100% the game, we are going to slaughter these guys and have a battle in this map. And then we'll need to do another battle in the next map over some other playthrough. I don't know how much of the battles in Chapter 4 will be exactly the same, but I do plan on having Denim take the Lord route, so that will give us some new context and new scenes. Lord route being, we're not going to be so nice to Kasia in this path. Consider it vengeance for Leonar, who, of course, murdered all of Baba Musa nonetheless. But it was always my intention to get a Lord class mark on the second play. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with that kind of denim yet. I wonder, but I doubt. I wonder if standing on top of the water adds elevation to archery arcs rather than wading through it. Now that we know who's in charge of this castle, which will be Sybil Olivia and Father Pavel, I don't even understand why there is a possibility of a fight. So what if Denim is either armed, accompanied by people, or not approaching from the front gate? It's literally his father and a romantic interest that went to see him in the castle. Good hustle, Lancelot. Good hustle. Yep, let's go murder that priest. That's completely defenseless.
This parley has taken an ill turn.
Nah, I think it went pretty well. Look at all the loot we got, Denim. Like, imagine how many Lennon slaps that is. Apparently 2. New title earned, Bloodstained Hero. So we take a look at the Warren Report. First, we'll look at the title. Bloodstained Hero. Journey to Brigantys Castle to parley with the Order of Phidoch, but you are unable to avoid bloodshed. Again, if you wish to avoid bloodshed, you just need to have Denim be completely unequipped, and then have him be completely alone. And you will be able to parley. You must also enter from the front gate, but that was not the front gate. We take a look at the World Tarot. We can see that we started here. This is Speaking Peacefully. This is Bloodstained Hero, and of course, this other one would probably be the top gate. We were in West Wall, so this is probably South or East Wall, fighting them. It's called the South Wall. We'll need to kill the churchgoers one more time.
This castle shelters only the priests and followers of our order. We wish you no harm. Please, leave at once and do not return.
I've come only to talk.
Then why do I hear the cries of the wounded outside our walls?
Leave here! You must leave! This is no place for your kind!
Enough! I am Olivia, a Sibyl of the Order here. You wish to meet with our leader, Abuna Pranset? Come this way.
What did you say? Abuna Pranset? Yes. It's as you say. It does not matter who I am. It matters only how I live, what I achieve. Thank you, Sibyl Olivia.
I am pleased. You are the Denim I remember.
Let us find your father, Olivia. Have you any idea where he might be?
Perhaps he lost his faith.
What's that?
It may seem odd, but as you rise in the ranks of the church, your duties become less of faith and more of politics. Men like Balbatos and Branton are such. Their power as regent or steward becomes more important than their devotion. I watched as my father dirtied his own hands, full aware of what he did. After Dorgaloa passed away, my father lost in a struggle for power with Branton, and so lost his rank as Archieris. But though he could now return to his faith, free from political machinations, he was not pleased. That is when my sisters left. They could not accept that he had changed, that faith and politics are links of a single chain. The teachings of God are a compass needle for the righteous man, a way for all to live in peace and happiness. Throw yourself into the maelstrom that is governance. As long as you follow the teachings, your course will be true. But my father lost his faith. He set out upon the same path as Branton before him.
So, perhaps he has left to find his faith once more?
It is possible.
The temple to Phidoch is in Heim, but he could not have returned there.
Then where could he have gone? I've not heard of any of the temple to Phidoch in these isles.
My father once spoke to me of an ancient shrine, a Hagia on Bonamuba. We might start there.
I can think of no other course of action. To Bonamuba then, Denim.
I do not leave the field eagerly, but I admit we are outmatched. Kashua, we return to Heim. This decrepit castle crumbles around us.
No! I've had my fill of flight!
Kashua, no!
Sister! Sister, hear me. You are deceived. They care nothing about restoring your throne. They seek a relic left by the Dynast-King. Only one of Dorgaloa's blood can help them grasp it,
They're using you!
Do not lend him your ear, Kashua. Think on how you've been betrayed by King Dogalua, Abuna Prancet, even your brother. That's right, your dear brother betrayed you. Have you forgotten your pain so soon?
So they serve their own ends. What of it? It is a fact of life and war that men use others. Even as I will use them to defeat you. At least here I know I am needed. Perhaps even by you, Denham.
I'll be trying to zero out Kashua and Lancelot at the same time.
Denham, you did need me.
Sister, no!
What? Kashua!
To be needed as a sister, as a friend, as family. That is all I wanted. I was alone.
Sister! No! No!
An ill-favored day this is. This is what comes of looking down at your own feet and ignoring the horizon.
No. You did this to her. You did this to all of us.
It was you who killed Kashua. You called her sister, and you murdered her. She was our last hope for peace on these islands. That hope died with her.
Sister.
Right yourself, Denham. This is no time for maudlin reflection. Much remains to be done, and swiftly.
I doubt that not, and all of it meaningless without her.
So was it fated. You cannot blame yourself.
Fate? It was not fate who killed my sister. It was me.
Leave us.
My lord.
You must calm yourself, Denham. If your men see you waver so, you will lose your command. And then the war. What is done, is done. No amount of mourning will raise Kashua from the grave. With Kashua gone, only one path remains to us. The Dark Knights plotted her murder. What more reason do we need to brand them traitors and cast them from our shores? After all, it was they who drove the princess to her doom.
No, it was I who robbed her of hope. I did this.
What are you saying? Have you any idea how many lives you hold in your hand, Commander? Pransett was right, you know. It is you who must lead us towards peace. Never forget that. The Bakram stir. There is no avoiding conflict now. I have ordered our men to prepare for an all-out attack. You must put this behind you. Our armies need their commander, Denham.
Kashua.
You've received a Sovereign's Mark. With that accomplished, we can now become a Lord. The Lord says it is a title given by the Order of Flaha to those it deems worthy of carrying on the mantle of Valerian rule. Their power is largely a factor of their past achievements. If you were never anything besides the base warrior, you only have the warrior skills. Let's go ahead and change class to Lord. And he has dropped his gun. This is because the Lord is not allowed to equip a Fuso. He's also not allowed to equip ninjutsus or war dances, and I've never made him a songstress, so I don't know. The skills that we have incorporate every class, including Lich, and they only give you skills for things you have been. When you are a Lord, you get one new skill, which is First Aid. Restores HP to all friendly units within one tile. The amount of HP restored increases with rank. Now that you have a created character, you can do whatever you want. I really recommend that you use these buttons here to sort your abilities. Once you have cycled Denham to one of everything and then made him into a Lord, you have essentially reached the pinnacle of class changes for Denham. Now, you could, for example, apply Mother's Mercy, which knocks away all debuffs that you have. That could be useful for a Denham like mine, where the only thing that could probably stop him is a debuff. Although he no longer can carry a gun, I could just give him any sort of bow or crossbow, preferably obviously one-handed. We'll just slap down something and there we go. Now he's basically the same thing that he was before. Port skill, crossbow, and there we go. Down here is a new event. Let me see if it's in the Warren report at all. Talk. No. Okay. Let's just head on down there. And that's also a great way to disguise the fact that I have to go through Almorca Castle and get a cutscene. And through the magic of editing, we will move straight through it. What you didn't see is we went ahead and defeated the Tigers of Burnham, which are guarding Quadriga Fortress, and now that opens up our new talk option here. Pirates of Quadriga Fortress. Public order in Valeria is at an all-time low due to the lengthy war. It is now commonplace for caravans to be beset by bandits, and pirates attack merchant vessels with abandon. The protection of sea trade is of particular import to Valeria, so a solution must be found soon. Quadriga Fortress is said to be one of many pirate strongholds scattered across Valeria. This is a new event for me, and it only happened because of our timeline in the neutral pathway. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Win with an archer in a battle party, no biggie.
What's the self-styled leader of the resistance doing in these parts? Come to beg our help, have you? Or perhaps you've come to convert the Free Seas to your cause.
If you pick number 1, you get in a fight with them, and that's the end of this scene. If you pick number 2, something special happens.
Would you join us? What use this badgering of our own people? You've got steel and men. Use them to serve Valeria.
We answer only to the wisdom of the Father and the cruelty of the sea. Why help your sort? Power-hungry men fighting to soak their lands with blood.
Then we will vanquish you like the pirates you are.
You're more spine than rumoured, have it? Sounds like the girl was telling the truth. A truce, then. Our swords could use the rest. And there's someone I'd have you meet, girl by the name of Cerya.
Cerya? What's Cerya doing with pirates?
There's no pirates here, lad. You're looking at what's left of the Liberation Front. You only need trust us a moment. We'll talk after you met the girl.
All right. If this is a trap, know that retribution will be swift. I thought the Liberation Front was destroyed.
Captain Elrig and his men were at sea when Bode was attacked. It was by chance alone I found them when I did, docked at Heim. I've been watching you from afar. It seems you've gone from playing the hero to being one.
There are few who would give me such credit. Will you join us, Cerya? I feel we share much the same goals.
I would be honored. You saved my life at Bode. I would fain return the favor.
Since she's already in our party, we don't get this once to join the party business for her, but we do get Captain Erlig. That out of the way, let's go and return to Heim. We'll be taking Boulder Sands to make progress towards 100%ing the game. It's a lot of extra work editing it, but I'm going to go ahead and walk Denim through all of these things so that it's easy to follow what's going on. On repeat playthroughs, you do get a secret passage allowing you to jump straight to Branton, though the cutscene is exactly the same. We'll be taking the South Curtain Wall, which has a Dark Priestess bonus objective, and I did cover all of these fights in the first Heim episode.
Impossible. It cannot be.
We must not bear our swords against them, even if they resist. Dark Knights are our enemy, not the Bakram who follow them. Dispatch a messenger. Inform them of our intent. If we treat them like rebels, we will only push them away.
It will be done, my lord.
We must do likewise with the resistance, of course. If any of our men protest or show disrespect to the Bakram, they will be punished.
If I may, my lord.
Go on.
It's no easy matter. I'm told there's been a good deal of rapine and plunder in the city.
What?
There is worse. Elders beaten, women defiled.
My soldiers do this?
Crude though it may be, many do battle not for glory or duty, but for the spoils. We cannot rid ourselves of them all.
How will you deal with these, my lord?
They will be punished as they deserve. Good?
Sir.
Today, we begin the long work of peace. We are no longer Wallister or Bakram. We are Valerians. The war is done.
We hereby swear an oath to serve your loyal retainers unto death.
The Dark Knights have sought refuge in the Hanging Gardens. We travel there to rid ourselves of them for good and all. A great battle awaits us, but beyond it, peace. We must take up the sword once more. For Valeria!
For Valeria!
New title earned, Bringer of Order. We have to head to the Hanging Gardens, which does play out almost exactly the same. In order to keep this to one episode, we will be taking the Hanging Gardens super shortcut. Let's take a look at the specifics of that title. Bringer of Order told your war council that the members of the resistance responsible for the sacking of Heim would be punished. Additionally, to get the good ending, I have heard that you need to get your 3 primary clans above 50 chaos frame. That's not actually too hard, and I'll show you kind of how we're going to do it. It is just time consuming, but we can just leave the computer on autopilot and that'll be okay. Go to train. Don't worry about the bonus objective. What we need to do is we need to select the race of the ones that we want to build chaos frame for. So let's say Bakram. They don't have to be zombies. Any Bakram soldier who falls in battle will raise Bakram chaos frame, as long as it's not a death and it's just getting knocked out. In training, when a character is knocked out, they get removed from battle, so it doesn't even count towards your incapacitation. You can do this in a real fight, but then you have to get the incapacitation count, and you still need to revive them or win the fight. If they die, you lose chaos frame. Well, these are zombies, and they don't even care. We're gonna go ahead and bring in some Gogaston, since we might as well bring that up. Any undead units that we have. Wallister. Now, I do have a lot more undead units. No Ladicians, unfortunately. No Barbodians yet, either. Most of my undead are listed as unknown. There is no chaos for him to build for that, so there's no real point in having him get defeated in battle. We can, if I wanted to make it easy for me to figure out what my team is like, this is my setup. Alright, we can pull Denim out of this and bring in Cressida. Why don't we go ahead and put on this equipment, take off that, give her flight shoes just to make things faster, though I won't actually be here for this. I'm just going to leave this AFK mode. We're going to go ahead and select Animate Dead. And then we're just going to go through each character and remove everything they have. The purpose of this is for the undead to get knocked down, and every time they get knocked down, we have a increase in our chaos frame. Now, I don't know if it's a percentage chance to increase, or if it's a fractional increase, or what. But I do know that I am getting more chaos frame when my guys get defeated in training mode. With zombies, they can get defeated more than once. It is going to take a while, mind you. It's going to take a long while. So this is something that's best done maybe leaving it on overnight. What I'll be doing is I'll be leaving this on while I edit. Alright, I think everything is set. Cressida, you have your sneaky gear, you have your teleportation shoes, you've got Animate Dead. I don't think there's really anything else you need to do. I could give you this just in case, but I really doubt you'll ever need to use it. But who knows, whatever. Is that it? Is that everything? I won't make you sit through the whole thing, obviously, but I'll kind of just show a first few minutes of how this works. I did briefly talk about it before when we were recruiting Cressida, but I didn't actually show it because it is somewhat tedious and boring. All we have to do is have these guys rush to their doom, In fact, we want to make sure that their AI is set to fierce attacker rather than hiding in the back. You might have noticed that one of the ghosts is different. If you looked at my Palace of the Dead guide, you'll note that I found a location in one of the maps to have a zombie ghost. It wasn't a misprint on my part. Just like when I told you it was a water earth dragon. Yeah, those are not misprints on my part. So I have a zombie ghost, and my plan here is to turn this ghost into a divine knight, and it's going to be a zombified divine knight. For what purpose? I have no idea. But I do kind of like having a skeleton knight, because if I give him phalanx, he becomes impossible to knock down in this battle. And I could just leave this on forever. Like, really, I can leave it on forever. In fact, we might want to do that, but I'm just showing you just how it would normally look, because you might not have a skeleton knight or zombie knight. You'd have to be really playing outside the box in the realm of practicality to want to have an undead knight. Now I want to. But yes, these zombies are just going to lurch their way forward and get their teeth kicked in. They're going to become stilled, and my chaos frame is going to go up. And that's it. That's all you have to do. The reason why we need to do this is I'm going to show you both endings. Probably the standard ending you'll get, where your chaos frame is not above 50, and then where I'll show you the ending we will be going with for this neutral route, which is having chaos frame above 50. The only difference for you is that when I do my New Game Plus, I will have the title appropriate for the good ending. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter which ending I had once we World Tarot back.
In the name of the great Father Philaha, you are hereby crowned our sovereign lord, King Denham Morn, defender of the realm. Let no man gainsay this sanctified ascension.
What of the parley with the Wallister loyals?
Our emissaries are to meet a month hence.
Their demands?
The release of 6 of their officers and representation within the government.
Extortion! We would encourage every band of thugs to rise up and claim their own reward.
As you say, a matter for our new liege then. Which brings up another concern.
Now is not the time. The coronation begins within the hour. Best leave this until it's finished.
Pardon, my lords. It's time.
We're well aware.
Abuna Maruva, do you know where we can find Lord Pavel? His courtiers have been looking everywhere for him.
Where he always is, I should imagine. Tell the women to be patient.
Yes, my lord.
Our liege presents us with a problem of another color.
I'll speak with him. You go on ahead.
Kashua.
Why do you not heed me, brother? I know how you must feel. But what of my feelings? I don't want to lose you. Our father is dead. A hard truth, but a truth all the same. In all the world, you are the only one bound to me by blood. I couldn't bear to let you die. Forgive me. I know my words will not sway you. Only promise me. Promise you'll never leave your sister.
leaving you. Scarce a moment goes by we are not at each other's side. And so it shall remain. I will never leave you.
There is the lie. Someday you will cast me aside as you did Vice.
No, sister.
I'm alone without you!
Koshua! Sister, was I wrong?
Dwelling on thoughts of Koshua again. The ceremony begins shortly. Your people are waiting.
What do they wait for, Rabuna? Me? Or something they imagine me to be?
It is enough that you act the monarch now. The questions can come later.
But
But you must. If you do not become king, these islands will plummet headlong back into war. This is something only you can do. You must be king. I dare say you know this as well as I. Time to go, Your Majesty.
Listen to me, Denim. You must save Koshua. You are the only one who can. You can lead her to her rightful destiny. Do this for us. For the...
Father!
No, it is not about you. Become a stone along the path to our salvation. You must look with clear eyes, Denim. Make the right choice. Lead us along the true path. Make our way. Do this. Only this.
You mustn't talk. You must rest.
Denim. Forgive me.
Father!
The war that engulfed Valeria would be known as the Heim conflict.
The war is over, and yet our troubles remain legion. Our people still suffer. They are hungry, without family or peace in their hearts. If I have one wish, it is for every man to bury his differences. We must sever the chains of time and make a break with the past. For our future, for our children, we must repent and endeavor to reform. We must, and we can. We will build a new future. A peace where all live together.
as Valerians.
Down with Denamorn! Glory to the Wallister!
New title earned, The Tragic King. Let's take a look at that one. Brought peace to Valeria and ascended the throne, only to be brought down by an assassin on your coronation day. And this is the chaos frame that we had for the band ending, which basically means that as long as any of these three here are below 50, you get that. Even though we had a high relationship with the Wallister, that's just a voice line. Let's try this again with a higher chaos frame. With a higher chaos frame, the coronation cutscene is replaced with another.
Lotus moves. You're certain?
I spoke with the rider myself, my lord. An army 200,000 strong. They don't stand a chance.
The wheel turns again. And so soon after they restored peace, King Denham draws a fatal hand.
New title earned, The Blood Bound. Brought peace to Valeria and ascended the throne. The calm was not to last. And here's the chaos frame. You can see that Galgaston was a little bit stubborn, but we got that up there. And that's it for the neutral playthrough as well as the Lord endings. There weren't as many changes in the neutral path as I had hoped. Let's take a look at what the law path has to offer. Give me a couple days to set that up for recording, and I will see you when it's ready. Thank you very much for watching Tran Wins Tactics of Reborn. I'll see you next time.